Hi, my name's Lorraine. I am a nurse. I teach clinical skills at the University of Edinburgh Medical School. I'm also the director of Edinburgh Community Yoga. We run NHS staff wellbeing programmes and I'm an honorary member of KEP faculty. This is just a short video to give you some top tips of how to stay calm and move out of feeling overwhelmed or anxious in the midst of COVID-19. And lots of people that I work with have been finding helpful the idea of present moment experience. So we can notice when we get into a kind of spiralling state of overwhelming thoughts. Sometimes this is thinking about things that might happen, might not happen, thinking about things that are out with our control and getting caught up in anxiety around the stuff that we can't actually do anything about. So when that happens, we can encourage ourselves and really importantly encourage each other to stay with what is actually happening in the present moment and what is within our control. So you could even write down some things that are out with your control and some things that are within your control. An example might be, it is out with my control how many people in the UK have coronavirus, but managing the task that I have in front of me is within my control, so I'm going to focus on that. And a really useful way to try to do this is by using something called the stop technique. So this is where we stop, notice that we're overwhelmed, take a few breaths to regulate and move out of thinking, observe calmly and clearly what's happening around us in the present moment, and then proceed. We can remember that we're all doing our best. So each day we can make the basic assumption in our teams, whether that's work teams, family teams, wherever else you're operating, we can make a basic assumption that each of us is capable and that each of us cares and that each of us is doing our best and that we are committed to doing this each day with the resource that we have available to us. We can remind ourselves that we might not always get it right, but that part of working in teams is that we support each other, to be able to ask when we're unsure and to say when we're not okay. This might be at work, it might be at home. But remembering that you are doing the best that you can and that the other people around you are also doing the best that they can. Can be a useful reminder when we get caught into negative spirals or feeling overwhelmed. One thing that's really practical and I think is immensely helpful is thinking about that idea of creating COVID-free chat zones. So a lot of anxiety that I've observed is being driven by people having conversations about the big picture COVID-19 information that can't be changed and that we can't control. And I think a little bit of that is okay, but recognising when that is driving anxiety or overwhelm and knowing when to step away from it is really useful. So instead we can choose to focus on what's happening around us. You might encourage this by creating social media or COVID-free chat spaces and then trying to get other people to use them or encouraging other people to use them. So you might have a social media free hour, or you might have a designated area in your staff room where you're not allowed to have COVID-related conversation. Or maybe just encouraging your friends and family to do other things. And the last thing, and this is probably more specifically work related but could apply to anything, is making sure that you know who to ask for relevant, correct and up-to-date information. So identifying who the key people are that you're going to get your information from, asking for clarification if you're not sure, and noticing if you're getting caught up in unhelpful conversations, rumours or gossip or conjecture that might fuel anxiety and create more uncertainty. It can be useful to remove yourself from these situations. These are just some tips that we're finding useful. There might be other things that work for you. We have lots of online resources on the Clinical Educator website, and there's also some live stream yoga classes and some free resources for wellbeing on the Edinburgh Community Yoga website. Thank you.